Innovasport store we observed is located right next to huge Stadiana country. It is a wall-to-wall connected with the store, but has its own external design and formation of visual outside signages of how to use the equipment. As for the graphics of the store, it almost demands that the customer have some way of transporting themselves there, which is not by foot. Also, the location suggests that the visit has a pre-planned purchase. The first thing you meet as a customer when walking into the store is the see-through double glass doors. There is nothing really physical outside the store that is connected to the entrance except the walls. So when the consumer steps through the automatic double doors, the transition zone takes place. Since the store location is not in a shopping mall where people usually go for convenience shopping, but in a location where the majority of people go to do specific pre-planned errands, the majority of the customers observed moves with a clear target through the entrance to a specific pre-chosen area.
One entrance is facing the other stores in the area and therefore has heavier traffic flow. Many customers were determined of where to go while entering the store, and it seems as if they had been there several times before. For many people that did not seem to looking for anything in particular, they always seemed to find their way back to the main aisle when walking around. The area for the hats dragged much attention even though it was not particularly highlighted in the store.
Throughout our observation at Innovasport, we realized that the store was not crowded and customers could move around easily during weekdays. The aisle size was suitable if customers wanted to do their shopping during weekdays. On the other hand, during the weekend the store was much more crowded and customers were struggling to move around, especially on the first floor. In some sections there were too much space and not that crowded. It could have been better if they rearranged and created more space for the smaller sections that are more crowded.
As previously mentioned, the store has two entrances with automatic doors on each side of the cashier. They are quite wide and easy to enter, but besides the doors, the store is not particularly adapted for disabled people. The store has very narrow aisles. Even the main aisle is narrow due to the mannequins in the middle of it. And the only access to the second floor is by a narrow escalator. The fitting rooms are very difficult to find and one cannot access the fitting rooms without having the staff opening the door for you.
The division between the genders was relatively equally distributed. 55% were males and 45% were women. The consumer preferred to go in groups and 3 different types of groups were observed: family, friends and couples. The size of the groups varied between 3 to 5 persons. We also looked at the age of the consumers, which were divided into 6 different categories: kids, teenagers, young adults, adults, middle age and seniors. As you can see in the diagram, the distribution between the genders differed. The middle age was overrepresented among males, while the majority of females belonged to the young adults group. Looking at the shoppers and the buyers, we can conclude that people who went into the store looked for something specific. Therefore, the majority who entered the store also ended up buying something.
The first consumer behavior issue we found was the reference group. The customers of Innovasport tend to go in groups, which can be referred to as reference groups. The individuals are influencing each other's opinions and attitudes, which naturally plays a role in their consumer behavior. Within the group, comparisons are made and norms and values are formed.
The second consumer behavior issue we observed can be connected to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Applying it in order to determine the consumer behavior of a customer can lead to great success if used in the right way. By considering the different characteristics of the consumers in the store, the company can target most of the needs and possibly generate more sales. The outside signage includes 2 larger signs of the company's title and the logo placed above the 2 entrances. There are a couple of sports-related photos on the facade as well as different displays with products on the mannequins shown through the windows. Innovasport Country has several visual signs in the store in all of the departments. These visual signs appear in different sizes and are placed based on the department. What connects these signs is the usage of the same color scheme, which makes the pictures coherent and connected to each other, creating a good and nice design of the store as a whole. Informational signs found inside the store takes into account brand names, department names and type of product. These are mainly placed above the products at different heights with a black background and white text, or the other way around. The size of the signs is mainly small yet easy to find. Digital signs are everything shown through a digital screen. The company has taken this into consideration and uses TV screens to showcase their products and commercials. These signs are placed throughout the store and are in the size of a regular 32-inch TV. signs for direction are displays that show where things can be found in the store. Innovasport country has signs showing dressing rooms, exits and departments.
There are 2 checkout spots at Innovasport country. Both of them have 3 registers and are located at the ground floor. One is situated close to the entrances and seem to be prepared for having a higher customer pressure because of a queue fence that guide the customers to form a line when waiting for paying. When visiting the store, we noticed some recurring behavior of the employees working at the checkouts. For instance, at times we saw a line of people waiting to be served and one of the staff members helping these customers one at a time. At the same time, there are more employees behind the counter that are working on other tasks at the registers or talking to each other. For us as observers, this is a behavior we believe can be changed to the better. We think that making the checkout process as smooth and quick as possible has a great value for customers and should be focused upon.
Two things that we believe has limited our investigation is being a group of only Swedish citizens and the fact that we could have needed another first-hand investigative source for more in-depth knowledge. Overall, this has been a very enriching project for our group. By having the opportunity to observe an actual store and its customers and apply the learned theories and concepts have provided us with a greater understanding of the consumer behavior field. Also, conducting the observations in a foraging country has given us a broader and deeper knowledge in the cultural differences.